What's going on, everybody? We're here with the new Pro IQ, and I gotta tell you, it is insane, insane. Let me show you a few of the features on this thing. Of course, you know, the plates are enormous. They have 10-inch by 7-inch plates, but the screen, it magnets on the front and then moves to the side. You can adjust the screen so you can operate it from wherever with your flow coming out here and your jars catching it. It sticks back on there. But the real features of this thing is it has a variable speed motor that is a 42-pole variable speed motor that turns a hydraulic pump inside of here. And you'll hear this thing, I'm going to show you kind of how it operates here in a minute, but you'll hear it as it gets close to the top, it slows down. And the key is really the ramp mode for your bubble extractions, guys. This is going to give you an exact pressure, 0 blowouts. If you guys have loved our IQ and you're experiencing some great ROI from our IQ, you are gonna knock it dead with the IQ Pro. It's just the absolute next level. There's all kinds of features on these things that we built in, and really too much to list. I mean, from RGB lights to enormous fans that cool the plates quick if you're doing low temperature or bubble extractions or something like that. So, and we have a new look and a new screen that we'll be bringing to the IQ in a future update real soon. And I gotta tell you guys, it's very simple. I really like the interface of the screen. It has, I mean, you know, you can touch everything, you know, anything you want, turn the plate heats on and off. It's all right here on this screen. And then when you toggle through, it toggles through from flour to onto isolate and then decarb mode. And then it puts all the settings in there for you at each time. So it's really advanced. I'm really enjoying this thing. But let me just show you. So if I'm doing a normal bubble hash extraction, and I think this thing, I haven't done it yet, but it's to come. I think it'll do upwards of 2,000 grams at each extraction. So yeah, 2,000 grams, 7 by 10 plates. So, and we're gonna find out for you guys. So stay tuned to the channel here. That's coming up. We're gonna push the limits of this machine, but we'll do it little by little. So on the front screen here, or this is our new front screen, I'm gonna call it. It's the screen. It automatically sets a 6-minute extraction for a refinement. It automatically starts your material PSI pressure at 100 and ends it at 450. So you just get it, you know, you slowly heat the product up on very low pressure so you don't have blowouts, and then maintain that pressure and then ramp that pressure up over 6 minutes to 450 material PSI. And when I say material PSI, you're able to adjust the size of the material that you're putting in there right down here. So let's say it's gonna be we're only doing 10 grams today. So let's say it's gonna be, you know, 1.75 wide is, you know, the little footprint, and then by 2, it'll give you the surface area there and then put the exact material PSI that we desire on the product. So that's absolutely key, and that's where our machines, that methodology is where the IQ and the IQ Pro, and even down to the XP and the Nugsmasher Touch and Pro models, they all work off that same methodology, that material pounds per square inch is absolute key. So anyhow, this thing, what I'm gonna do is just act like I'm doing a regular extraction, show you how the plates react. There's just arrows on the bottom here on the touch screen that you can move the plates up and down. Really cool. But I'll show you how this thing goes. If you start it, let's say we're starting the extraction here. Oops, let's do this. It's wait until it cools down to this. So I'm gonna turn it up to 126 so you guys can see this real quick. Okay. So regular extraction, we hit start. We're waiting for this bottom plate to get to temperature. So it'll go up at that speed, and then when it gets close to the top, it'll slow way down. You guys hear that motor? It's just a totally different speed. And then the maintain temperature, it's variable, so the motor ramps up and down, or maintain pressure, excuse me. The motor ramps up and down, just very finite, so you get the exact pressure you desire. Really loving playing with this thing. So anyway, let's get started. Let's do an extraction. Very first bubble extraction on this machine. Let's see how it handles it, and stay tuned. Meanwhile, guys, hit that bell, subscribe, like, make a comment. We'll respond to you. I'll respond right back, let you know what I think, give you some advice, whatever you need. So make a comment. We're gonna go over there, brick the bubble up. We're gonna wrap it. 25 micron screen. We're gonna stuff it in 37 micron bags to hold the surface area pressure, and then we're gonna put it in this guy right here. So stay tuned. Oh, the interface is just got it, cleaned it up. So if you guys have an IQ, you know that our interface on the IQ, and like I said, in a future update, it's gonna look just like this. But our interface on the IQ, you'd have to go over to the master extractor screen over here, and then you have to put in the size of your product, and then you'd have to go to the front screen, make sure everything's right. Then you'd have to go over to ramp mode, and you know, select where you're at, which is still, I mean, an amazing setup, but you got to go through 4 or 5 extra steps when, you know, Daniel and Zach really, and Galen had a big part of this. Yeah, the guys over there really took the operation of this and just simplified it. There's a lot of hold to touch, one touch things on it, a lot of neat little tricks on this thing. So bunch of really cool stuff. 20. Okay. Flip both those off. Got my fan now. Boom, that'll help cool my plates right down. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go make this brick, and we're gonna do an extraction. So stay tuned, guys. So what we have over here on the scale is right at 10 grams. It's Banana OG is the pheno. It's a greenhouse grown plant. It's done very well. It's organic. Our friends over at Roundtree have done this. Now, I've experienced with this strain, it comes out a little sappy, but the end result is fucking fire. It is absolute great. The terpenes in this, it really, really makes some good rosin. So what I do, guys, is I just try to get it all together. Remember, this came out of a deep freeze, so this is for the first time getting warm and melting together right now. You saw the pictures earlier of it. It was it looked like sugar or salt. And I'm just getting it to a size I can live with that's gonna fit inside one of these bags that'll hold the surface area. That's all I'm doing. I don't want it to be more than 1/4 inch thick. Super sticky. So once I get the size of the brick or really close to what I want, and if you guys are doing production, you probably use a pre-pressed mold on this, you know, one of these things. And that makes your bricks, when it's cold and it's right out of the freezer, real quick and easy. So your main key here is to do about 3 times the width. 1, 2, 3. And 3 times this way, 1, 2, 3, which is about there. And then you stick it right in the center, or as close as you can get. Oops. You gotta work with it. They're all different. Perfect right there. I like to really overlap it like this so it doesn't unwind on me. You'll lose a tiny bit of yield, but we're talking just percents of a percent. I mean, very small. And it's much easier to deal with that way. So I put it in a bag this way, and what you're fighting is you want to hold this surface area pressure, and you don't want these bags to come undone. So now I'm going to take another bag. I'm going to feed this one inside that one. Backwards, as you can see. And sometimes you got to work with it. Sometimes I'll put on the last one, I'll put a 160 micron just because they're easier to deal with. And if you've noticed, guys, I put all my folds to the upside. So now by putting pressure on this, it should not give me any blowouts. It should settle real easy. I want as flat as material as I can on there. And at this point, we're ready to rock and roll. Stick it in there. What I want to do is just double check my size. So I have this great big yardstick here. So it's about a little over 2, and then this is a little under 2. So I'm going to give it I'm just going to leave 2 by 2 in there. I think that's what I have. No, 175 by 2. That's what it is exactly. Right? 3.5. Yep, 175 by 2. And then what I do is I'll take a little piece of parchment paper. And obviously this machine's made to do a huge brick. You can see if this is 10 grams, little tiny guy, you can see we can do way thicker and way more. Like I said, I think it'll do 2,000 grams, this machine, and we're gonna find out. What's great about it is you don't have to trim your parchment. The sides are open. You can do whatever you want there. So before I start on one of these extractions, I want to bring the plates up so that I'm really close to the thickness of the material that I'm putting in, so that the brick that I'm putting in, it holds the parchment in easily and safely. And I'll start it from that point. Our special proprietary stainless steel that has a magnetic ability. Any metallurgists out there, you can make comments on that. Okay, so now that's in there, and at this point, all we do is we just hit start, guys. So I'm gonna double check everything just real quick. See the start pressure? I'm just gonna change that. Yeah, I guess I do, huh? And let's see, plates, just perfect. And at this point, I'm just gonna hit start, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna start the material PSI at 100 based on this size. It's gonna start the temperature at 120. It's at 119 now. The bottom plate's gonna heat up. It's gonna wait till that heats up until it starts, but I'll hit start and proceed, let the bottom plate heat up and let it start at will when it wants to, and let's see what it does. And like I said, if you guys had, 1,000 grams in there or a big run, you would bring this over to here and you could form your funnel and put your jars here and replace them and everything else. So should be a nice feature for a lot of you alchemists that are doing large volume runs out there. So, and you could see the actual material PSI on this just reaching at 100. You can see its target's 106. It's ramping up over time. Is it already giving me something? Oh my gosh. We're gonna get the majority of it out in the first 2 to 4 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes. And then we're just gonna press everything out at the end, but as you see, most of it will come off the plates. Your plate right now, temperature is only 120 degrees, 126 or so. Your material PSI right now is right at 155. We're gonna end this at 450, and you can see right at 100 material PSI, we started to get some yield out of this. So Let me back away from the camera, guys, so I can get in there. And you can see how this thing operates, guys. And the real key to this is that consistent, perfect pressure. That variable speed motor is just amazing. I'll show you the motors in a later video that we put in it. They're specially wound for us in these machines. Really a nice piece. So I think that this is really going to give the alchemists out there, it's going to give you a little higher yield percentage, but really what it's going to do is give you quality of product. So we're really excited to get this out and get it out to everybody. This is the very first machine in existence. We have a run of 10 of them. 8 of them are spoken for. They're due to be released in about 14 days. So hop in there. There's 2 left in that first run, guys. Go to nugsmasher.com. Hop on the chat with one of us, and we will make you a special deal. Always looking to give our customers advice, make them a special deal, make sure they're getting what they need and not too much. So always hop on the chat at nugsmasher.com. We're always there for you. And another feature that this machine is going to have, you guys, it's just absolutely dynamite, is the ability to tether several of them together with the Nugsmasher app digitally. So this machine has full Wi-Fi capabilities, has updates as we go. We've released over 45 updates for the Nugsmasher IQ to date and made just astronomical improvements. So that's absolutely free to you guys. We never charge our customers when we update or improve a machine. They all automatically get the benefits of that. And I love how that customer's product is constantly getting better. And as all of our Nugsmasher products here, they're backed by a full lifetime warranty and customer support. You have myself and the whole team here at Nugsmasher that loves you guys, loves what you do for us, wants to help you in any way that we can always. Smell that banana OG. So guys, we put 10 grams in there. We're hoping to get at the very end at least 7.5 grams back or so. 7 minimum, 8 would be great. You know, 80%. Sometimes I experience a little bit over 80% from real good bubble onto rosin. And then from this point, you guys, we can do all kinds of other stuff with this. I usually like to make a shatter profile, which is right off the plates, sealed, back in the freezer, packaged back in the freezer and sealed. And then I like to do a cold cure version that's more of a butter. And there's 2 different buyers for those, both still great. And what I do for that is I just let, depending on the strain, I let it get some fresh air for just a few minutes, and you can keep it on a plate at 110 to 120 degrees for just a few minutes, and you can watch the product butter in front of, caramelize in front of your eyes. And at that point, that's a different SKU for you. Then if you have a bunch of rosin, you can take and make isolate out of it as well, solventless isolate, which is just an amazing product. So all of these things are a possibility once you get to this stage. Excuse me one second, guys. I'm going to do a story for our Instagram account. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow me at Nugsmasher CEO. Check it out, guys. Got 10 grams on the IQ Pro IQ. 50 seconds left in the extraction. What an amazing machine. You can see how the screen comes off. So if you're doing big weight there, you can move it to the side. All of the, it's open on all 3 sides, which just really makes it nice. You can see what's going on the whole deal. But beautiful machine, you guys. We're releasing a YouTube video, so check us out on YouTube for the latest video release of this full extraction and all of the features, or a lot of the features, not all of them, some of the features on this machine. There's too many to show you in one video, but what a next level commercial machine for the professional alchemist out there. I should put everything on it. You can see you have your all the way around the outside, guys. Now at this point, you see how it's all out of the bag. You want to see dark around the bag just like that. That means you really got everything out of it. And we're going to take this right now and put it right over on the cold plate. We're going to start cooling it off. And just a little bit, I just take the bag and I push it around on the cold plate just a tiny bit to get it just cooled off just enough so I can take this, pull it off, and I want to separate that bag right away, because remember, any yield that's been stoled has been stoled from that guy right there. So if we could still have a little bit of a sticky bag and we got 80% back off that thing, we are just loving life. And you can see this is almost clear. It's almost completely clear. It's a beautiful product. And what I'm doing now is I'm just folding it on top of each other, so so I can collect it much easier. The cold plate's cooling it down, which is buttering this up really fast. So I want to get it all together as quick as I can. Almost looks like the same brick we put in there, but refined. Full melt. And guys, how this butters up is just absolutely clear and just, man, it's something. And this is an example of a pack, guys. This is probably an $800 pack. Refining it this way, and we took the money bag out of this. This is the money bag, so this is a 90 micron run. But refining it this way, you make that $800 pack, close to a $5,000 pack. So wholesale. So that's what it's all about here at Nugsmasher, is giving you the equipment, the machines, that you can increase your ROI of your business. If you're in the business, you need to increase your profitability. No matter how big you are, what operation you have, we know that. So hit us up for our commercial solutions. The Nugsmasher Pro IQ is one of them. But we have a amazing, the largest hash washing machine on the market. We have the Nugsmasher Pro. Check it out at nugsmasher.com, and we would love to talk to you, determine what your specific needs are for your solventless lab, and we'd be more than willing. We offer complete design services of your complete solventless lab. In addition to, we will deliver it with our Nugsmasher vans, and our people will set it up anywhere in the continental United States and sometimes elsewhere, depending on the customer's needs and their budget. But we will do all that for you. So hit us up at nugsmasher.com. Give us a chat at the nugsmasher.com at the site, or call us at the factory. We're here to talk to you guys. We appreciate your support so much. Well, let's see what the weight is. What do you think? Yeah? And like I said, guys, if we had 7.5 off here, I'm pretty happy with it. 8, I'm really pumped. Yeah, 7.6. So, it's not a bad yield at all for a 90 micron pull. Decent strain, but this is a good example of, major ROI. I mean, you run this stuff live through the washer. You bring it in like this, and then you process 1,000+ grams at a time. You can make some real solventless weight with our products. So check us out at nugsmasher.com, guys. You can get me on the phone directly. I'll figure, we'll get the engineers involved. We'll get it all designed for you. You have all of our knowledge. We'll train you on site with our equipment, show you how to use it, show you how to log it, scope it, terp it, test it, wash it, process it, package it, the whole nine. So hit us up at nugsmasher.com or give us a call at the factory anytime. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, you guys, and until next time.